Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. I'm on a mission to get it all. Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. If you ain't thick, please don't get involved.
And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
Yeah, I'm good to go, Chin. It is Monday morning, May 30th, on this lovely Memorial Day. Shout out to all the people that are, in the military, that serve their time in the military. It is a big deal, man. And this is us just kind of honoring all those U.S. military personnel who have died while serving the United States Armed Forces, man. And you're talking about I come from a military family. I'm the only one that didn't have the balls to join the military. My mom's dad, my grandpa, was in the Army. My dad's dad, my other grandpa, was in the Marines. My uncle was in the Marines. My dad was in the Navy. My other uncle was in the Air Force. The list goes on. The entire military family. So I'm the only one that didn't join the military. It's one of the biggest regrets I have, but here we are. So yeah, there's nothing, I'm not the biggest holiday guy, but Memorial Day for my family and for a lot of you out there in America is a big deal. So, nothing but gratitude, and I can't thank those currently serving enough, man. You guys are literally the lifeline of this country, and you're selfless, and you guys are just straight up badasses. And, military, police force, all that shit. You guys are just complete, absolute badasses, and we need you now more than ever. So my hat's off to you, man. I would love to do a military tour, Chin.
That'd be dope as
hell,
dude.
Fun?
Hell yeah.
That'd be so dope. The demo would look exactly the same as mine now. A lot of dudes. A lot of dudes who are in shape. So speaking of military, weird transition, whatever. Last night I did a little date night with wifey. Went and saw Top Gun. Now, have you seen it, Chin?
I just saw it, this weekend.
Dude. So the reviews, I'm not the biggest review guy. What other people say I usually don't care. But the reviews on this, it was like, my God, everyone's hanging off Tom Cruise's nuts. And my buddy is the one who represents the director. And he told me 3 years ago, he's like, I'm telling you, man, this new Top Gun, blah, blah, blah. Now, Miles Teller and I have a history. When I first came to L.A., my crew was Scotty McKnight and Miles Teller. And at the time, Miles Teller wasn't doing shit. He was doing auditions, trying to do his thing. This is, 10, 12 years ago. He's trying to figure his thing out. And I remember he always had like this, I don't want to say arrogance. It's not arrogance. He had this confidence in him where he would say, I'm going to be the biggest movie star in the world. And, at the time, the guy's booking small gigs here. You're like, okay, buddy. Okay, good luck, my man. And sure enough, dude, this dude, Miles Teller, what happened in Top Gun is he's taking the baton from Tom Cruise and going, I'll take it from here, Tommy. And he is running. He's the next Tom Cruise. And he is just such a freaking good person, so talented, such a badass. He probably came on the scene for most of you guys in that movie he's playing the drums.
Yeah.
That won all the awards. He didn't win awards specifically, but my God, man. He is just such a talent, man. Yeah, and the new Top Gun, he's in that, and then he's also in the
Divergent, Fantastic Four.
Yep, Fantastic Four, but Whiplash. 21 and Over was kind of, the one that Footloose in 2011. And then Whiplash, 21 and Over, got him a little famous, but then Whiplash was really the big boy. That was really the big boy. War Dogs was the one that me and Brian tell him Fighting the Kid, where we went to the opening of it, and I didn't know how Hollywood works. Yeah. And we're with, Miles, who's my buddy, and it's a big movie, and Todd Phillips shoots it, and the whole staff is around, and we got done. What do you think of it? It's all right. I didn't know that you're not supposed to do that. Yeah. And I have never been to movie premiere again after that, nor did I get invited anymore. So I didn't know it works like that. But man, on Top Gun, it's hard to live up to the hype. This movie, dude, and my girl Mexican as shit. You guys know this. The Gringo Poppy's here, dude. My girl isn't aware of Top Gun. You didn't grow up in America. Didn't know what the hell was. Doesn't know the characters. Maverick, Goose, Iceman. Doesn't know any of that. And she was like, "Do you think I'm gonna like him?" I'm like, just go. So we go. She sneaks in her Flaming Hot Cheetos. We go. She's snacking. I'm driving me nuts because I have that misophonia or whatever. I can't listen to people chew on food, but powered through it because Tom Cruise was so goddamn good. So is Miles Teller. She has no background on Top Gun. She cried several times during the movie. It got done. She looked at me. She goes, "That's the best movie I've ever seen." I went, "I need you to calm down. This is very good. Best ever. Need to calm down." But I'm telling you, as far as there's a reason why Tom Cruise is such a badass. And I heard about this years ago that they filmed this a while ago. But Tom Cruise, like during the pandemic, was like, no, this can't come out on demand. People have to see in the theaters. They have to. So he paid all these fines, lost all this money, the mark and all. And he goes, "I don't care. I'll pay whatever I have to pay. This has to come out in theaters when this pandemic's over." I'm telling you guys, I didn't grow up a big Top Gun fan. Days of Thunder's not a fan. I was Bloodsport, Big Trouble in Little China, Tango and Cash. That was my shit, bro. But this Top Gun, my God, bro. God damn, is it good? It's good, man.
It was good. Why?
Are you gonna hate on it, Chin?
No, I'm not gonna hate on it.
Now, I will say this: when it kicks off, this isn't a spoiler, but when it kicks off and they're in the bar, the Top Gun bar, and they won't stop referring to each other as their fighter pilot names. Like they'll be like, "Oh, what's up, Hangman? What's up, fanboy?" And they just keep. I'm like, "This is cheesy. Is the whole movie going to be this way?" And then it moves on, and you get why they call each other that.
Yeah, it was
I'm
good.
telling you, man. I can't remember the last time I was in the movie theater. I'm trying to. Reverend did it when it got done. I stood up. Reverend, I stood up, dude. Reverend, The Dark Knight, Titanic, Avatar.
Titanic was a shit.
As a kid, it was Ace Ventura, Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. I mean, it's up there, dude. Same feeling. Same feeling. I'm telling you, the entire crowd after it was done stood up, and I've never seen a movie. Everyone. Kids, women, children, clapping, dude. I'm telling you, the hype is real, man. And I'm not a huge Top Gun guy.
It's definitely good. I'm not gonna hate on it.
Chin, I will fight you on Memorial Day if you go.
It was definitely good. I went with someone that actually it follows the Top Gun, the first movie. So she was like crying during the movie, all these different scenes. It was very powerful.
Yeah,
But
it
to
was.
me,
You're talking about Rooster who lost his dad?
Was it Rooster? Or was it?
Yeah, dude. Rooster
Goose
lost
or-
his dad, man.
Oh, yeah.
His dad was Goose.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Where are you gonna go with this, bro?
No. So I thought actually it was way better than I expected. I didn't expect to like it at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I knew it was good when Eric Griffin and the King, the Sting, the Wing group chat, Eric sees every movie. He goes, "Holy shit, just got off Top Gun. Unreal." I was like, "Yeah, I've heard that before." And Eric, he's a big movie goer. Then my brother, who does not use this vocabulary very often, goes, "Holy shit, just got off Top Gun. Unbelievable." I was like, I need to see it.
The flying scenes, the fight scenes, they look so real.
Look
It's
at my
so
nails.
real.
Look at my nails. The entire time like this.
Yeah, it's so good.
like this.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the movie got done, I was like this. Yeah. Dude, it's nutsos. Do you know those jets, to rent those? Those jets are $11,000 an hour, not including fuel and everything. And they had to use them for all the days. It wasn't just like an hour of shooting with the one jet. It wasn't like 11 grand and we're good. No, daddy. We're talking millions upon millions of dollars to shoot those fighter scenes.
Of course.
Dude, and how about this spoiler alert in 3, 2, 1, right before the movie starts, Tom Cruise, every bit of 50, you can see on his face, sitting down, goes, "Hey, just want you guys, hope you guys enjoy this movie."
I remember
it was made for the, and you're like, what is happening?
I know.
He goes, "It was made for the theater.
Yeah.
These are real G-forces. These are real fighter planes. We did this for you guys. Enjoy." It's like, oh, that's nice. And then we're in this weird rant about Scientology, signing up for it. And you're like, wait, what? And then now I'm part of Scientology, so that's cool.
Right.
Yeah, man, so that's cool. But yeah, the movie is fuck. God damn, man.
It's
USA. I wonder if they're gonna, I was thinking about it. I wonder if they're gonna play it in Russia. I don't think so.
Probably not.
Because Russia's the enemy in that. Like, do they do a different edit for Russia? Like Russia version?
Dude, they didn't even mention it. That's how the movie was. So they didn't even mention who the enemy was, but we all know who the enemy was.
Oh, no, they said Russia at one point.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, yeah, no, I heard it very clearly, yeah. It's when they're doing the breakdown in the beginning, like how dangerous the mission is.
Oh, okay.
And they tell you where it's at. You're like, Russia. Oh, that makes all the sense. But I wonder if Russia's like, cool movie, and we love Tom Cruise. Russia loves him some Tom Cruise. Do you mind if we just edit a little bit with the storyline? So instead of Russia, can we make Tom Cruise Russian blowing up America? Like, hard pass. So I wonder if for the Russia edition, I'd love to get a copy of that. I wonder if he's like attacking North Korea or China, else, you know? But then you go to China, they don't play that shit either. But I would assume the market's bigger in China, so China's going to let the Russia shit, even though they're boys, they're besties. They're in their MySpace top 3. I'm assuming that China is going to be cool with the Russia propaganda on that.
And it's a fictional movie, so.
Is it, though? Pretty real to me, dude. Pretty real to me. God, what a freaking movie, dude.
It was fun, yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
My word. My word. Got some camo on today, Daddy. I need to get the Dodger or the best jersey that does the Memorial Day or like celebrating the military is the Padres. It's such a military town. That's also where Top Gun takes place. But I need to get the Padres new military jersey. I have it. I forgot it today. This one works. This is Cleveland. This is the old school one before they got all woke. This is the Indians. Yeah. Crazy. Anyway, other than that, Top Gun, go see it, man. It's so goddamn good. Shout out to Miles Teller. Top Gun's fantastic. Then also there's a little fight on Saturday night. Gervonta Davis versus Rolando Romero. I should call him Romero. Romero talked a lot of shit, right? Talked so much trash. And so that fired Gervonta Davis up. And I don't think people realize, I knew, I got a sense of it because I worked at Showtime for several years, that how much Showtime is invested in making Gervonta Davis a star. And, you know, he's a smaller guy. So even though Floyd was a smaller guy, he got to a level where, you know, he's undeniable and you were paying to watch him lose or win, but you paid when Floyd Mayweather fought. So Gervonta Davis is damn near there now. You think he's defended the title 10 times, multiple different weight classes. The difference between him and Floyd Mayweather is you're talking about possibly, there's argument for sure, the best knockout artist in boxing, period. There's argument, the best knockout artist in combat sports, period, at that small weight class. And his knockouts aren't like, you know, here and then finishes them off. You're talking about highlight reel KOs going viral. If you get knocked out by him, you're a meme in the next 3 minutes all over the internet. His knockouts are so fucking vicious. I put this on, right? I love Gervonta Davis. Horrible interview, but I put this on, and I've watched Romero before, and I thought it was too much too soon for him. But obviously Davis needs opponents, stuff like that. But I was like, yeah, it's a little much from. Yeah, and you'll see in previous fights he's very unorthodox, crazy knockout power. I think the odds were this fight was going to be under 6 rounds. Somebody's getting knocked out. And then he promised, like, I'm going to get him out there in the first round. I'm going to knock him out in the first round. Talks all this shit about Gervonta Davis. This was at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. They set a record for gate attendance. That's how big of a deal Gervonta is. So they set a gate attendance record. Think about all the fighters they've had there. Deontay Wilder, I was there in person, cage side, ring side. You know, they have the Brooklyn Nets. They have huge headliners there. And Gervonta Davis set the all-time live gate record. That's how big of a deal it is. When they announced Romero, he gets booed like fucking crazy. He's a Las Vegas kid. Gervonta Davis, which his hometown is Baltimore, if you didn't realize that by the giant Baltimore tattoo on his back, now you know. So he gets a standing ovation. The crowd goes nuts. Romero promised he would get him out in the first round. It was all hype. Everything was calculated because they both respect each other's power. And that first round ends, and they're both feeling each other out. The first round ends, and Davis, they call the bell, gets in his face, goes, "What the fuck happened in the first round? Where's all that energy? Just thought you were going to get me on the first round." And I was like, "Ooh, interesting." And then Gervonta Davis, they show his mom on the screen in between rounds, and she's dancing, doing her thing, and he's yelling, "Mom, Mom!" Like in the middle of coaches giving him instructions, yeah, "Mom," like having fun. I'm like, interesting. And then the next round, he's talking, and he didn't say who it was. I'd love to figure out who it was. Clearly a celebrity. Was going, get him out of there. And Gervonta tells him in real time, in the middle of the fight, goes, not yet. He's not ready yet. He hasn't been cooked yet. And Gervonta knew that this kid there's no setups. Everything's such bad intentions. He's such a fucking savage, but he was so wound up tight. He was so tight. That's where the experience of Gervonta Davis comes in, because he's just being calculated. He hits him. The kid did land a few shots, nothing crazy, but you tell Gervonta Davis, like, right, this kid has a lot of power. Respect it. And I don't even think he meant to get him out of there. I think it was in the 6th round as fast as he did, because finally this kid lets loose and he's throwing and just walks into this hook, dude. I'm tired, right? I was on Xanax. I'm here, one eye like this. I can't have, I've insomnia, so I took a Xanax. One eye open, like, come on, Gervonta, get him out there. Dude, it was a grenade. The kid runs into this hook, whack, and the whole crowd goes fucking nuts, dude. Highlight reel knockout. Yeah. I'm telling you, I would love to hear the argument, a better knockout artist in combat sports. UFC, Bellator, one championship, boxing, straight up knockout artist, dude. You look at his record, especially being as light as he is,
that's the thing.
And the fashion that he knocks these dudes out. Again, it's not double jab, right hand. I'm talking, it is Mortal Kombat, finish him. Boom, dude. Like, watch this one.
Here we go. So this is from Showtime Boxing's Twitter.
Shout out to Showtime Boxing. Miss you guys.
In previous fights, we've seen that he seems kind of awkward.
So he starts opening up here. This dude's out. He's undefeated. Never been dropped, nothing. He is out on his, look at him get up. I don't like how the camera followed him after the knockout to the locker room. They like followed him the entire way. It's like, dude, let him do his thing, man.
That sucks.
And then Gervonta Davis gets on the mic and he's like, what's next? He's like, anyone. They were talking about Ryan Garcia. They're talking about all these other fights. And he's like, I'm ready at any time. And he goes, there's no safety on this Glock. I got all the ammunition. And the inside the ring announcer goes, I don't think he meant that. Like the nation's dealing with a tough time with that recent mass, shooting at school. So, but you can tell that's not what Davis, he didn't mean to do that.
Not.
But, that knockout was fabulous.
Insane, yeah.
Take my money. I didn't watch I saw a little bit of the co-main event. The guy looked, he was straight out of fucking Gangs of New York with the mustache. This guy from Ireland, he's getting beat up by Lara. Tough fight for him. I saw just 2 rounds of that, but I literally paid $80 just to watch the main event because I knew there was going to be a knockout. Gervonta Davis equals knockouts. Name a more exciting boxer right now. There's not a lot of them, dude. There's just not. He has fucking dynamite in his hands. What's interesting about him is, he's been a Showtime guy forever. When they were doing the countdowns, they do the countdowns for the fight, leading up to the fight. I forget who he's fighting. Maybe Cruz or whatever. Remember that knockout against Cruz? What? Anyway, so they were doing the countdown, and he lives in Baltimore, and it's late at night. It's the only time that the staff of Showtime's like, oh, this is too dangerous. Like, he lives in such a hoodie area. They're like, we got to turn around, man. Like, I guess and Gervonta's, you're fine if you're with me. They're like, no, we're not. Like, no, you're with me. You're fine. They're like, it's the only time they've shut down. They've been in Mexico, Juarez. They've been everywhere. Baltimore, which I'm there pretty soon here. I think end of July I'm in Baltimore. But probably not where Gervonta Davis from. But I would go there. August 4th through the 6th, I'm in Baltimore. Shout out to Gervonta Davis. But it's the only time the countdown crew was like, we're gonna lay low on this one, and they had to come back and shoot the next day in the daylight. All right, kids, before we get into this TJ Dillashaw interview, a few housekeeping notes. Keep the lights on the Thick Boys studio. Portland, I will see you next week. Thursday through Saturday is Portland, Oregon. That's June 9th through the 11th. Get your tickets at thickboy.com. And then after that is San Francisco at the Cobb's Comedy Club, June 17th through June 18th. Friday, Saturday only. Come get some. Whole new hour. the all-new Trash Panda Summer Tour, and it starts in Portland next week, baby. Next Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Come get some, Oregon. That's Portland, Oregon. Okay, be cool, man. But if you can tell that you're like, God, Brandon, I thought you had insomnia. I thought you have anxiety. You can't sleep. Well, I'm sleeping a lot better because my mattress. And I just don't have any old regular mattress that's built for everybody else. This mattress was made for me. That's right. My friends at Helix Sleep. They had me take a little quiz. It took just 2 minutes to complete. Then it matched my thick body with the perfect mattress just for me. So for you guys out there sleeping on these general ass mattresses, do you sleep on your back, your side, your stomach, you sleep hot, cold, whatever it is, Helix got you covered, man. They have a specific mattress that's made for each of your thick bodies, all right? Don't take my word for it. Helix was awarded the #1 best overall mattress 2019 and 2020 by GQ and Wired magazine. Helix Sleep was even awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2019-2020 by GQ and Wired magazine. The only beds I have in my house are Helix Sleep mattresses. I can't get rid of my in-laws, my family, my freaking parents, grandma, everybody wants to sleep at my house. I thought it's because I was so friendly. It's not. It's because I have the best mattresses. And if you want the same type of sleep, the same type of people always want to crash at your crib, just go to helixsleep.com/Schaub, SCHAUB, take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they will match you with a customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. Guaranteed, son. They have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it for 100 nights risk-free. If you don't love it, they'll pick it up for you, but you're going to love it. Don't worry about that. Helix is offering you guys up to $200 off all mattress orders and free pillows for the listeners at helixsleep.com/Schaub, SCHAUB. That's helixsleep.com/Schaub for up to $200 off. Good night, sweet prince. All right, let's take a little break from me ranting about Top Gun and baseball jerseys and freaking Flaming Hot Cheetos and whatever hell else I'm talking about, because I have a very special guest. He is my brother from another mother, a way more competitive mother. It is one of the best to ever do it. It is the king. It is TJ Dillashaw, who I absolutely love. Last time I saw him, he's coming off surgery, and I got very drunk on Fight Companion, one of my favorite companions of all time. So let's toss it to my boy TJ Dillashaw, who is on Zoom on this holiday, man. If there's one guy I know who's like me who doesn't take breaks, it is TJ Dillashaw. Hashtag no breaks. Let's do it. Hashtag no days off for TJ Dillashaw. Where are you at? Like, are you currently in Orange County? Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm in Southern California, Orange County, Yorba Linda.
And I guess for you, it's a little dicey. I mean, you know, obviously I'm not trying to break news or shit like that, but your fight against Aljamain Sterling for the world title, it hasn't been announced. I assume July, August, September-ish?
Yeah, there's definitely been some talks, you know. I mean, that's what's up next, you know. I mean, you can't go and call me out like that and then try to run from it. So it's definitely going to be happening. You know, I'm the right man for the job. It's just about figuring out when now.
Yeah, so as far as you not having the exact date, maybe having a general idea of those 3 like summerish months training right now, you're not in full-blown camp. Now I know you're a guy that's always training, always in shape, super disciplined, but you're not in full-blown camp right now.
No, man, I'm not killing myself, right? I'm still doing, you know, some days I'll do 2 a day just to do it. Most of the time it's like working out once a day and still taking the days off during the week. Keeping my body ready so when we do get that announcement, I don't have to worry about getting in shape. I'm already in shape now. It's just continuing the game plan and really just kind of focus on the actual fight skills rather than be worried about getting in shape. You know, when you're 36 years old, you got to stay in shape. You can't let your body take a break and hibernate because it takes forever to come back.
Yeah, so I tell these young kids, like I had Paddy Pimblett on food truck the other week, and when I walked up, and I love Paddy. Yeah, I don't know if you've met Paddy. He's such a positive, like talented human being. As far as like entertainment value, he's the only fighter I've ever had on the show, or any athlete for that matter, who he'll rip a promo instead of doing it at me. He'll know which camera is his camera and do it to the camera. I'm like, holy shit, dude. So but he was so big. And I told him off camera, I go, Bubba, I love what you're doing. You're one of the best people I know. Here's the thing though, you getting this big and then cutting down, getting big, cutting down. When you're young, it's fine right now. But as you go on, dude, I'm telling you, this isn't the way to do it. He's laughing, you know, but he'll learn, man. He'll learn.
Yes, he's loving diabetes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's like a recipe for just like destroying your body. And you know, I mean, he's. I guess there's one thing when I look at it, right? Like they can promote him the right way and do all this good stuff, and he's got some stuff to grow and get into to higher echelons of the UFC. But I mean, if you keep that same work ethic that he has now, he'll never be a champion. You know what I mean? Like you can't have that downtime like that. You can't get that fat. You can't be out of shape. I mean, it just kind of proves like the dedication to what you need to do. And no, not trying to like, you know, clown on him or anything, but that's something I think he's gonna have to figure out with age, right? He's young.
He's young.
So
he's young, and I
figure out like
agree.
This is a full-time job, bro. This isn't just you know, wanting to be a fighter. Like you have to be a fighter.
Yeah, and I do. The reason why I'm not worried about him is because, you know, off camera you do get the general idea. He knows, and he's like, I know, like I'm on it. Trust me, I'm on it right now. I'm having fun. I'm not fighting top 15 guys. I know. Yeah. The only other guy kind of that I know who's similar to you as far as dedication is Chito Vera. Chito's a guy, dude, he's just so disciplined, man.
Yeah. He's always putting in the miles, you know, gets the wins, back into the gym. I just think it's because, I mean, you know, especially like me in the early days, is like he loves what he does.
Yeah, agree.
He's that's who he identifies himself as, and that's what he loves to do. He's getting some fame right now and doing very good with it, and so it makes you addicted to being someone, you know? Yeah,
and he deserves it, man.
Yeah,
and so do you, brother. When you talk about deserving, you know, last time I saw you came on Calabas Fight Companion, it was straight off a surge. And I told you, you know, you had that Corey Sandhagen fight, which was a huge fight in your career. You do work. You beat him on one arm, one fucking leg. It was insane. And then I hit you up before that. I was like, hey, if, you know, depending on how this fight goes, you want to do the fight companion? You're like, I'm in, dude. And then after the fight, your eyes, you know, blown up, your knees fucking blown up. I'm like, hey, dude, you don't have to come. You're like, hell no, I'll make it, man. Oh, yeah. You come and, you know, get a little tipsy. It's literally, I was saying it before you came. It's one of my favorite fight companions ever. You're just having such a good time, man. I think it was a good way for you to kind of just relax and get away from all that bullshit. You were three comics basically getting hammered. So it was a good time, dude.
Yeah, you got to enjoy the process too, right? We can't just like I do get addicted to being the best and working my ass off and doing all that stuff. But at the same time, you got to enjoy it, right? And you got to enjoy the lights, and you got to enjoy the interviews. You got to enjoy the walkout. You can't be so nervous or so anxious about it all that you forget about it, right? Because then what's the point of me doing all this shit if I can't soak it up a little bit, you know? So
I agree.
Going there and, you know, I'll being off for 2.5 years on a suspension, getting a big win against Sandhagen. I'll bust it up. It was fun for me to come in there and to be like, see, motherfuckers, I'm still on the top. You know,
hell yeah, you are.
My belt and I'm still here.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, man. I think, you know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I get it. I think with you, you know, there's nothing that, especially America, loves more than a comeback story. And your thing is, it's like with everything going on, you know, this cancel culture and all this shit going on, and people want to cancel people for everything, or, you know, hang it over their heads if they make a mistake. For you, it's like, all right, guy made a mistake. He paid his dues and lost millions upon millions of dollars, millions of fucking dollars.
Yeah.
He paid his dues. Yeah. And I don't think people realize that, like, when you're at that level, which you're at, not being able to fight for 2 years, you're talking about millions of dollars, dude. Millions of fucking dollars. Yeah. So you miss out on all that money. You serve your time. You come back, and you fight a guy in fucking Corey Sandhagen, who, you know, Aurora kid. I fucking love that kid. I've known him since he was 16. I love Corey. And for you to do what you did in that fight on one leg, I feel like it's undeniable. It's like, all right, dude, TJ served his time. You guys can keep focusing on that, or you can move the fuck on. And now he's fighting these monsters after a 2-year layoff and trying to get to a title shot. Like how people don't vibe with that, which I think the majority do. Online, obviously.
I mean, the fuck boys are the ones going to be talking, right? Like all these fuck boys want to keep someone down. That's what they do, right?
Correct.
They want to, I mean, that's inevitable, especially the cancel culture like you're talking about today. Like it's just going to be talked about. If there's something to bring you down about, they're gonna do it, right?
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah.
If you're a guy that tells me you haven't made a mistake, I don't fucking trust you.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Or you're just living a boring ass life, you know, like in order to shoot for the moon, you got to land on the stars, or, you know, you want to land on the moon, but sometimes, you know, you make fucking mistakes as part of the game. But I just think your story should be so inspirational. You know what I'm saying? Like what you're doing is nuts, man. And how do you, I'm sure going through all this, you've come out a different person. You'd have to. Yeah. I think anybody who goes through any adversity, if they don't come out the other end a better person, you're just a narcissist, and there's probably a reason why people don't fuck with you. So for you've had to come out a different person. I'm sure you've realized who you can trust, who you can put your trust into, you know what I'm saying? And just kind of, I'm sure your team now is tighter than ever. Is that fair to say?
100% changed through this situation, right? Learn to identify as something other than just a UFC champion, right? Like that's my whole identity, right? Just working my ass off, winning the belt. That's what I did. It's how I made my money. It's how I fed my family, how I kept a roof over my head. Being out for those 2 years, and like you said, losing and all that opportunity of making money, I found out that I would be just fine outside the octagon, and I'm just fine not being a fighter, because I'm going to take that same determination and set it into an income with other endeavors, other jobs and other ways to identify myself, to be honest, right? Like the friends I surround myself with, the family I got, and then yeah, man, I mean, the income I'm able to make through all these other ventures has just been actually quite a big stress reliever, because I mean, been in this sport, we've been in the UFC for 12 years. You got to start thinking like, damn, what am I going to do when I'm done? Yeah. Now I know, right? Like I know when I turn it up, like I don't have to fight right now. Yep. Doing it because I want to get my belt back and make a statement. I don't need to do it.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know if you would have gotten this far outside the octagon with your other business adventures unless you were forced to, because you're so obsessed with fighting and being the best. It's tough to step out and go, I'm still going to be the best, but I need to focus on this other stuff. I think it's weird to say this after all the shit you've been through, but look where you're at now. It's like, it was a blessing. Mm-hmm. It really was, man. It was a blessing.
Yeah, it was a fucked up blessing for sure.
the worst of the worst, Yeah. But, you've come out the other side, and look at you, man. And, fighting Aljamain Sterling for a world title. It's just, and, it wasn't like, you'll hear guys, again, any fighters, whatever, say, oh, they're giving this to him. It's like, he took 2 years off and then fought Corey Sandhagen, who was a fucking surging superstar, still is. I think Corey, not right now, he has some things to learn, but eventually when you're out of there, Corey's next in line, Bubba. Mm-hmm. I believe in Corey, A-Town's finest.
I've been in all my interviews, right? Like I think he's a very dangerous fighter as soon as he can get a little bit more well-rounded and fix some of those holes in his game. He's a guy that is a dangerous fight, right? He's a straight killer, and he's figured out his mind too, right? I think that was his biggest downfall when I was out there training, was he didn't quite believe in himself yet, and he's doing that. And now he's got to kind of a little bit reinvent himself. But yeah, he's all those guys that want to talk shit about I don't deserve it, I tell him go fight Sandhagen. I mean? Like,
no, hold on.
Talk shit that I don't. Yeah.
TJ, I'll do one better. I'm gonna cut you off here. Yeah, go fight Corey Sandhagen and blow out your knee. do it with one leg, you morons. Let me know how it goes for you. I'll tell you how it goes. He knocks you out or he finishes you. That's how it goes, dude. So that narrative, it doesn't make sense in the actual reality of what's going on. It's like you've walked through this fucking fire. Not only to mention, before getting suspended, the amount of work you've put in to earn this, everything you have. And then you get Corey Sandhagen, who's a nightmare. You beat him on one leg. Now you fight Aljamain Sterling. To you, when you look at Aljamain Sterling, you look at Petr Yan, were you surprised how that fight went down? Especially being the rematch? Because I'll be honest, dude, before you answer, I love Aljo. He's a phenomenal athlete, but he's a monster. Mm-hmm. I've never been... I should say this. I got to be careful. I was never sold on Petr Yan for a long time. I just wasn't, right. I'm boys with you. I'm boys with Corey. I just wasn't sold on him. And then the first fight, even though he, got DQ'd, I was like, oh, this motherfucker's the real deal. Yeah. This dude is talented. And I thought in the rematch, he was just going to do the same thing and walk through Aljo. Were you surprised by that fight? Did you predict it, or what are we talking about here?
I think most of us thought that Young was going to run through him, right? I mean, it's hard not to when you watch that first fight, because, not only was he beaten, he just ragdolled it.
Yeah.
Like made him look like a little bitch.
In wrestling.
In wrestling. Him up big time. And Jan's one of those guys that has all of his basics are pretty tight, right? But I think we all forgot, why Aljo is where he's at, because he's got some dangerous things. He's got some ways to implement his game. And so, yeah, before the fight, that's how I was thinking. But now when I go back and watch it, there's a lot of things that surprise me about Jan and how he's not willing to adapt in the middle of a fight, right? That first round lost him the fight because he's a slow starter. He likes to wear you out. He likes to stalk you down and get your timing.
Pressure, yeah.
Aljo won that round just by landing kicks. And obviously we know that Aljo won the next 2 rounds because of Jan giving up his back. But that's where I was surprised, man. Like, especially after the second round, right? Okay, whatever. It happened 1 round. But then when you go back out and you do the exact same fucking thing and he's going to get a takedown, right? You stuffed 22 of them, but he got 2 of them. But those 2 takedowns he got, you completely just gave up your back. And that's his only strength. And then we'll talk about, for one, that's giving your back up, right? That might fucking happen, right? It's going to happen. He's good at getting the back. He obviously does it to a lot of fucking guys, right? He dictates that pace. But then to see that he didn't have any idea of how to get out of it, right? He was like in survival mode, just defending the choke. He was taking the triangle the wrong way. He wasn't doing anything to get out of it. Like, he just, and his coaches, after the second round was telling him like, hey, do not give up your back. Like, just don't do it. And then he gave up his back in the first minute. It just baffled me that a guy that on top like that isn't able to make changes. You got to be so well-rounded in this game right now that not only are you a different fighter from fight to fight, but you can be a different fighter from round to round, and that you're able to adjust to what needed. Because game plans never go the way you want them to. You can have game plan as much as you want.
Yep.
Most of the time, that shit always changes in the middle of a fight, and you got to be able to adapt like that,
And I think that's what separates you guys who do become the tip of the spear world champions, or, even the top 3, that kind of separates those guys. You look at, I think we saw a little bit of it in Gilbert Burns' Hamzat fight where, Gilbert rose to the top. He's the, number 2 guy in the world. But, I had him on Food Track. Gilbert's one of the nice guys in the world. But I think part of the problem there is he never adapted to Hamzat was willing to exchange, be this gunslinger, just make it a freaking fight. It was a dog fight. Those upper echelon guys like yourself, I could name a million guys. I'm not going to, but the tip of the spear guys adjust, go, oh, you want to make this a dog fight and play this rock'em sock'em robots? I'm down for it in pockets, but I'm gonna be the smarter fighter, take you down, know when to do it, and you'll find certain guys like a Justin Gaethje who's also willing to be that gunslinger. It's like at a certain point, you get to the very top echelon guys. They know what you're doing, man, and they change the approach. Whether the game plan was, to exchange or whatever, they change it so they're winning rounds. That's money in the bank. And that's what I think separates you top level guys, is those guys who are willing to adjust from round to round. Like maybe your entire game plan in training camp was, to be light on your feet, not exchange or not implement so much wrestling. But shit happens. He's coming forward, wants to be a gun. All right, now we're going to start taking him down, winning rounds using our grappling. So I find it, I don't want to say baffling, but you can see like certain times there's a reason why you were a champ. There's a reason why Israel Adesanya is this reigning champ. You can just see it's like, oh, they're adapting. Like they had an idea going into it and they're adapting in real time, round by round, because they have the skill set to adjust to whatever's going on.
Yeah, it's a lot of work to be able to do that, right? So you have to work on things maybe you're not good at, or you have to be able, like, there's certain things that got you to where you're at, and once you start drinking that Kool-Aid, it's like, fuck, that's who I am, right? That's how I'm going to win these fights. That's how I'm going to do it. But not every fight goes that way, and so you gotta work on those weaknesses, or work on with the what ifs, or say you fucking. A couple of fights that I had where I had to change myself up completely was like going into the first Garbrandt fight. He was really hard for me to set shit up on that first round. He was really fast and was using that distance control and getting out of the way. I got dropped into that first round, so I sat down in the corner. Dwayne's like, "Hey man, I'll stop setting everything up. Every time you feint, he's out of the way, right? So you're feinting, he's running, and then your combo's not working. Let's just blast the kick." And so I come out that second round, and instead of me doing what I was doing that first round, I switched my timing up, and I've been going to the body that whole first round and blast him upstairs with a kick, and then it kind of changed the whole tide of the fight. And then the Sandhagen fight, the fight would have gone a lot more like that first round if I wouldn't have blown my knee out, right?
Yeah.
Get that fight to the ground. But then I had to start using my clinch. I had to start using, leg kicks. I had to start using different. I couldn't even use my footwork, right? So there was different things that I had to do, and that one was a fucked up situation because I had to do it. I didn't have
No choice. You have no choice. Whatever it takes to win the fight. You look at Francis Ngannou, Cyril Gane. Francis came in same with you, blown out knee. But it was like, man, I have to take the fight. Like, I got to figure out a way to get this done. Yep. He's by no means a world class grappler. Dude, look like you out there. He's shooting, mixing it up, get him down, just winning rounds. It was the most exciting fight, but he was like, I got one leg, dude. Mm-hmm. I have to figure out whatever it is to win these fucking rounds. Money in the bank. I don't care about being exciting. I don't care that the game plan was to knock him out. I got to wrestle this dude on one fucking leg, and he got it done, man. Mm-hmm. That's the difference with you upper echelon guys. Like, it's whatever it takes. You have the skill set. Even if it's not your strong suit, you're going to figure out a way to get it done. When you look at, you mentioned Cody Garbrandt. When you look at how things have gone for him, I love Cody. When you look at, are you surprised by it?
Yes and no. Because he's a pretty freak athlete, man. Like, he's like fast. He's the fastest guy I've ever sparred or fought. By far the most speed, So explosive. Yeah, it's just crazy. And I'm not trying to be a complete asshole, but he's not the smartest human being inside that cage, right? Like
his fight IQ, you mean?
Yeah, he's just not willing to. I mean, I just mean in all around general, like, you should be like the whole point we're talking about being able to stay on the top is you got to change who you are and fight to fight to fight. He's the exact same fighter, right? Yes. I mean, he's a wrestler. He knows how to wrestle. Why not learn some fucking jujitsu and stop relying on your chin and hands because your chin is not there. You know what I mean? So change up who you are as a fighter. And he's just not willing to do that. He's just going to keep his head in the same spot. His hands are going to be low, and he's going to throw hard, fast hooks, And so after everyone kind of sees like where his weaknesses are at, his left hand's in his pocket as he throws the right hand, just keep your left hand high and smoke him with the right. I mean, game over, right? We've seen it like 5 fights in a row. Yep. And eventually he's going to be like, all right, man,
Yeah, I hate to see it.
I would give him a fight to where, Yaya's never knocked out anyone in 40 fights. So it should be, should hopefully go in his favor for this one,
Yeah, hopefully he gets the knockout. I think with him too, it's like, former champ. That version of Cody Garbrandt when he fought Dominic Cruz, I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. Mm-hmm. This kid is unreal. Mm-hmm. And then with I think Cody's thing is he has so much fight in him. He's so full of piss and vinegar. He has so much fight. If you do get one on him, you connect on him, he sees red. Yeah. And for him, I think I figured, losing 3 in a row or whatever it is would make him realize, okay, I can't do this with these top guys, but there's just something in him, the way he's in his DNA where he sees red and he just wants to throw caution in the wind and play this game. And when you're fighting those top guys, it's going to be fucking tough, man. I hate to see it. I hate to see it, man. Yeah. It's a bummer, but I hopefully figure it out, with the fight they gave him with Ronnie, like you said, he's
the guy's dangerous too, right? But
on the ground, one of the best ever.
I think Garbrandt's too fast for that shit. I think Garbrandt's hard to take down. He's gonna be too fast, and Yaya's stand up is very pathetic.
Yeah, it's not great.
I mean, 40 fights and no finishes on your feet. So,
yeah.
But his ground, he's a ninja. I just don't think he's gonna be able to get it there. I think Garbrandt's too fast for it.
Agree. I think Garbrandt gets a KO and gets back on the right path, hopefully. Speaking of get on the right path, I mean, you're on the right path. So when you look at Aljo, how do you see this fight going down? Because correct me if I'm wrong here, I think Peter Yan is a more difficult matchup for you stylistically. Am I off on that?
Yeah, no, I guess. I think he's more of a dangerous fight.
Yes.
Right? Like, Aljamain's not a dangerous guy whatsoever, right? He's just one of those guys that is going to put you into quicksand and try to get you into his game, right? Which is, a different beast in its own, right? But fortunately enough, I can wrestle. I got good jiu-jitsu. My cardio is second to none. So
correct.
That game ain't going to work on me. And then, I really don't believe in a stand-up whatsoever, to where a guy like Yan, he is, very dangerous, but he's definitely got his openings as well too with his high guard and his flat feet and things like that too. So they both, I mean, they both have a way to fight them, right? And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, is that you got to change from fight to fight. You know, I'm really good at watching tape with Dwayne and figuring out how I'm going to fight someone, and try to be a different fighter every time I come out there. At least, I mean, you can't be completely different, but try to. I mean, because I'm so well rounded, I can do every aspect of the sport.
Agree.
I can really try to dictate that's how I want to win.
Yeah, I think, and Cheeto Vera said this. He was on Food Truck. It drops, I think, Wednesday or Thursday. When are we dropping this? We had Cheeto Vera on Food Truck, and it drops this Wednesday. And I was asking about you and Aljo, and he thinks you're going to win, but he was saying that the difference is he thinks like you're a fighter's fighter. He's like, TJ is a fighter's fighter, and with Aljo, he's an athlete that got into fighting, which I relate to pretty heavy because I was an athlete. Fighting's not in my blood. I'm not an aggressive dude. Yeah. I didn't enjoy hurting people. I was competitive and I viewed it as a sport, but my thing was I was an athlete that fell into this. I'd much rather catch footballs or tell dick jokes on stage. It was like getting punched in the face was not fun for me. I never enjoyed it. So he was saying with Aljo, the difference is he's gotten so far because he's such a good athlete, and the things that he does very well. But at the end of the day, if he gets behind on a round or it's not going his way, he just doesn't have that dog in him. That's what Cheeto said. He doesn't have that dog in him that me and TJ have.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's very true. I'm more of a fighter that became an athlete. I was seriously bred for this on accident, right? Just having a very competitive family and, having two brothers and a very aggressive family. I think I'm just, I'm mean,
Yeah.
I don't, it's not like I really want to be, because I don't feel like I'm mean outside of competition. But,
no.
If it gets into competition, man, I'm going to go.
You can do whatever it takes.
I don't really care what's going to happen to me, So
yeah,
to where I feel like that's a little bit different in a lot of guys' mindset, because it's a nerve-wracking fucking sport, man. You're going in there to throw some baseball bats at people's heads with your shins, and, trying to knock someone out and become a highlight reel, right? So it's a fucking unique sport, and I'm not worried about it. I'm a gunslinger that can use my brain.
Correct, which is a problem for a lot of guys. I think, and this is a compliment, I think, to the fullest is, we had my head coach was Leister Bowling, who's this little ball of fire. And he's the wrestling coach for GSP, for myself, Rashad, Shane Carwin, Justin Gaethje. So, and he would tell me, he's like, I was out of the sport by the time he came around in Denver and stuff like that. And me and Lisa talk once a week, and he'd like, dude, I've never seen somebody in wrestling, MMA, whatever the fuck sport it is. He goes, I've never seen somebody more competitive than TJ Dillashaw. He's like, I'm telling you, dude, it's like this, I told him, I'm like, he's almost like a Kobe Bryant. There's like this Mamba mentality. He goes, I'm telling you, dude, you've never seen anything like it. And he's like, I'm obsessed with it. He's so fucking vicious, dude. If somebody gets something over on him, he will go as many rounds as it takes to get that back. And when I heard that, I'll just never forget. And this guy, Leister Bowling, for the viewers that don't know him, he does not give compliments. He is not. He is such a savage, man. He's such a savage. And for him to talk about a fighter this way, I was like, holy shit, dude. It fires me up, man. And going to that Corey Sandhagen fight, he was telling me, he's like, dude, TJ's sleeping in my fucking wrestling room. Like, I was what?
He makes fun of me. I'm a world champion that can afford a nice place to go and stay at. I was doing my camp back and forth every Wednesday. I'd fly out to Colorado and I'd fly back on Saturday. Did my grappling and my wrestling here. Did most of my striking there with Dwayne. And but I would go. He's got this little locker room with twin size bunk beds in there. It's not like something glorious. I mean, it's a nice spot, right? Don't get me wrong. He's got a really, really dope ass spot. But I'm driving around a little tiny Ford Ranger, piece of shit Ford Ranger in the 80s. Probably shouldn't be getting me place to place, staying in a locker room, but it's not why I'm just there to get better.
And did you do that to kind of humble yourself and go back to your roots? When I hear you sleep in the wrestling room, you renting this piece of shit truck, or maybe you own that piece of shit Ranger, is that so you don't get too big for your britches? because you could be going around in a freaking Ferrari if you wanted to, but you decided to do this 1980 Ford Ranger and sleep on the mat. You could be at the Four Seasons in a Ferrari and still get the training in, my man.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm trying to just be smart with my money, man. I got a 4-year-old kid. Most of my income was coming in from fighting. And so I think because that's the way I started, and like I said, I have income coming out elsewhere, but I started out being a fighter, and I was always a guy that was nervous that it could always end.
Yep.
It's a guy that like, dude, this fucking glory road can end at any time. And I don't want to be one of those stories of these professional athletes that had it all that just let it go. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's purposely to try to ground myself. It's more just I'm just tight ass.
Yeah, and also not being stupid with your money. It's also
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
With and do you just have the one boy, 4-year-old boy?
Yeah, one 4-year-old boy. Yeah, we're trying to have another. We have one right now.
I was gonna say, let's get going, man. Nobody likes an only child. They grow up weird.
Practice is the best part, dude.
Practice makes perfect.
We're trying a lot.
Dude, you need to take that competitive edge that you have into the bedroom, dude. Let's get going here, man. Your wife's like, "What's up, dog? What are we doing here, man? Let's go." You're supposed to be Mr. Competitive,
right?
Do you see similar traits in your 4-year-old as far as that competitive? I think, I got it I had an older brother. Like you'll see people that have that weird competitive edge, not like Michael Jordan asshole competitive edge, but a lot of guys and gals for that matter, but a lot of guys will have older siblings, and that's where it really harnesses that. Yes.
It definitely comes from the older brother. I see him in a little bit, right? Because I rough rouse with him, I play with him, and I play games with him. I don't let him win. You know what I mean? Like
hell no, never.
I'll beat his ass, and he'd be like mad and crying about it. But he's like, that's how he's gonna get like
Agree.
That exact same attitude. I want him to be mad about losing. You know what I mean? Like these okay, but I don't want you to be a poor sport to an extent, but at the same time I do. Right? Like I fucking hate losing.
Yes.
It pisses you off so bad that you want to beat my ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I really feel that's what bred my competitiveness, because my older brother would just beat me at things and just
rub it
in my
in.
face, making me fun, making fun about me. And this, like, I was the middle child, so he got to whip my ass. And then he'd be like, I'll beat your ass even more if you tell mom. I was like, I couldn't tell mom, and like, so it was just like this. And then I tried doing it to my younger brother, but my younger brother was the baby, so it didn't really work out for me on that end, So I got all the ass whoopings, but I didn't get to kick no one's ass. So it like made me so angry about it that I think it turned me into who I am.
Yeah, what's up now, big bro? World champion, dog. About to fight for another one. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I think, with my son, he's 6 now. He does jiu-jitsu. He excels at jiu-jitsu, but whatever game we're playing, he'll lose. And his mom, like, I don't like the way he hates losing. I'm like, no. I like that he doesn't enjoy when he loses. I don't want him to be like, it's okay, because whatever he does, whether it's business.
I'll get a participation ribbon, no worries.
Yeah, hell no. There's no ice cream, Bubba. Like his favorite ice cream is this place right up the street, and he knows if he doesn't get 10 takedowns, he doesn't get ice cream.
Yeah.
So this dude goes nuts for his 10 takedowns, and he'll get in and look at me and go, yeah. I'm like, that's what I need out of you, dude.
Yes.
And it's hard as a dad when he doesn't get his 10 takedowns because he's like, no ice cream down. I'm like, no, I feel bad. Yeah, I know. I feel like such an asshole.
Well, I don't know, man. I think you're doing the right thing, though. You know what I mean?
Me too.
In the long run, obviously, it's hard. And I do the same thing. I want to spoil the shit out of my kid, right?
Yeah,
but
man.
At the same time, it's like you got to create that mentality that you got to work your ass off to get what you want.
But I think if we want a little TJ Dillashaw Jr. too here, we're going to, you need more kids, man. I mean, it worked for you. It worked for me. Anybody I know who's doing anything had siblings to kind of, rub shit in their face, man. So let's take that work ethic, man. Bring in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're gonna get me in trouble, dude. You're gonna be too competitive now.
I know, right? I love it.
It's like, all right, it's a fucking challenge. I'm getting it done. Shut up, that, dude.
Yeah. She's like, are you taking vitamins and an IV before we have sex? She's like, yeah, bitch. That's exactly what we're doing.
I'm taking all my supplements. I'm taking some Cialis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Cialis. She's like, who's the guy in the corner? That's my sex coach, okay?
Hell yeah, doing some Wim Hof before fucking
yeah, dog, get it done, brother. Well, man, you know who I'm rooting for, brother. I just can't wait for you, for this fight to get announced, and Nobody works harder than you, my brother. Nobody works harder than you. Ignore the negativity. Ignore the noise. I know you do. You do a great job with it. And the way you shut them up is by winning, man. You know this better than anybody, brother. So fuck everybody. Keep doing your thing, man. And you know who we're rooting for on this side. And after that big win, you get the belt. You got to come back on Cowboy's Fight Companion. We'll share some whiskey, and we'll both get drunk this time. Yeah, bring the hardware. Let me put the belt around my waist. It's the closest I'll ever get to the belt, and that's fine. There's no problem with that.
Fuck that, right? It's like also those 2 years off too. You can kind of see what life is outside of fighting. I'm like, man, Schaub's got it down right. You know what I mean? I do like being the best, and this shit's fun, but fuck, it beats you up. You know what I mean? I'm 36 years old. You get out of bed now, and you're just like,
it's a lot of work, brother. Yeah. There's nobody better, though, man. You were born for this. So I wish you nothing but the best, brother, and I'll see you soon. Next time we do this, let's do it in person. We got you. As soon as the fight's announced, let's get you out here on a food truck, man. I'd love that. Just go over the fight and everything, man. But I love you, man. Keep kicking ass. Keep being a killer ass dad, and let's have another baby, man. Let's get going here.
I'm on it, dude. I'm on it. I'm gonna go right now.
Yeah, daytime. That's when you know you're getting older.
Love, brother.
All right, brother. Take care, man. Take it easy, champ. Later, brother. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. More gentlemen than ladies. That's just the demo. We know this. 18 to 46 males, what I specialize in. TJ Dillashaw, one of my faves, man. One of my absolute faves. The Kobe Bryant of the UFC. The dude is a savage. I'm so excited for his fight. Hopefully it happens, July might be a little too hopeful. So you're looking at August, September, I assume. Probably September. October at the very latest. Probably September, hopefully. But I like his chances, man. Such a great story. He's a good dude, yeah?
Yeah. That'd be a great fight.
Chin's acting all there. Chin got tatted up, man. You got that half sleeve now?
I don't even know if it's called the half sleeve or not. It's just
that'd be a half sleeve. If it goes up to there, down, yeah.
I want your
forearm down.
I want your opinion on this too, because I feel like this is so empty.
Yeah,
this area.
Gotta fill that in.
Okay,
you have to fill that in.
Yeah, that'll do that. Okay,
unless you're a stripper in Portland, you got to fill that in.
All right,
you feel me?
At least a little bit.
Though.
At least a little bit.
Yeah, you got to do something in there. At least one big one.
Yeah, something. I'm thinking a tiger, but we'll see.
Ooh, I like that. Daddy likes. Daddy likes. Speaking of Portland, I'm there next week. Next Thursday through Friday, I'm in Portland. Also, more strip clubs per capita than anywhere else. Mm-hmm. Also, the widest state in the nation.
There you go.
Do you know that? So, yeah, I'm in Portland June 9th through 11th. Oh, Jay just had this. Schaub and Friends with Monsters. That's next Wednesday, June 8th. June 8th, Schaub and Friends. Some very special guests. Me and a bunch of monsters. We always have special guests. Last special guest was Jim Gaffigan.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Yeah, we had Jim Gaffigan last time. We've had so many monsters. But next week we'll also have another Monster, Schaub and Friends. That's June 8th, one show only. And then Portland is next week as well, June 9th through 11th, Portland, Oregon. I'll be balls deep in voodoo donuts and coffee, that hipster coffee. Then San Francisco is June 17th through the 18th at the Cobbs. And then just added Fort Wayne, Indiana. Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's actually where my uncle was born. It's a military area. July 14th through 16th. And then San Diego, California is at the Laugh Factory. It's in the freaking smack dab middle of San Diego downtown. That's the Laugh Factory, July 21st through the 23rd. And then Gervonta Davis' hometown, Baltimore, Maryland, August 4th through the 6th. So Portland, you're up next week. Let's ride. All right, Chin, what do you got?
All right, first thing is Brian Ortega versus Yair
Rodriguez on Mexican
July
crime,
16.
Daddy. Such a big fight for that featherweight division. Yeah. Such a big fight. I love this. Obviously, I'm super biased. I absolutely love my boy Brian Ortega. Yair Rodriguez, we'll see, man. Talented kid.
Yep.
Talented kid, but this is a great freaking fight. I'm in. It's a July 16th main event, so it's a fight night. Go back to my tour dates. Am I here on the 16th? That's July 16th?
Yep.
So I'll be in Fort Wayne, Indiana. God damn it. All right.
It happens.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It's a great fight, though.
Definitely a great fight. Can't wait for that one. All right. So this one's a little weird. Anthony Smith was on his podcast with, he does the podcast with Michael Bisping now.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, so
that's a brilliant idea.
Believe You Me. Yeah. So they're kind of like a duo now.
What's it called?
Believe You Me.
Oh, so it's the same name as it was before, but with Anthony Smith?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Anthony Smith is great.
He's great. But apparently he was telling a story about his mom and I think his wife were at a UFC when he was going to fight John Jones. I believe this is a John Jones fight. And then he said that Dan Bilzerian and Donald Cerrone were both drunk, and they actually took their seats away because they were in the front row, and they kind of like, finagled their way in there, and they took the seats away. And then also the mom said that Dan Bilzerian was watching porn on his phone as well. Jesus so it was like this, and they were both drunk. So Dan Bilzerian and Donald Cerrone responded.
Oh, they both came out because it was a tweet or what?
No, so he said it on the podcast. But then Dan Bilzerian, I guess he put this message, he DM'd or just messaged Anthony Smith somehow.
So he said,
wait, let me go up to here. Right here.
So the UFC says, so he said I would fucking tore his head off. Now this is Dan saying, you should at least try to have some semblance of the truth in there. First off, Cowboy invited me to the fight and he had the tickets. I didn't ask anyone to move, and certainly not your mom. I also didn't watch porn. If she was looking at my phone, I'm sure what she saw was a random Snapchat from a girl that turned out to be naked when I opened it. Fair point.
And then he goes here.
He goes, I don't drink, so I certainly wasn't hammered. Your depiction of the story is complete bullshit.
So that's essentially it. Then Donald Cerrone screenshot that and put it on his Instagram, but then deleted it afterwards too.
Listen, I know Donald. He's a great dude. I don't know Dan. I don't know him in any facet. Obviously, there's some murky waters as far as his background and money and all that stuff. I don't know him. Man, I think maybe it's like there's the truth, right? And then there's Dan's truth, there's Anthony Smith's truth, and there's somewhere in the middle is actually what happened. But I do not think that Anthony Smith would make this up. Just don't. He's not a bull. He has no reason to. It's not what he does. So I think from his perspective, that's how he sees it, and that's his narrative. And maybe his mom told him something, and that's her perspective. And Dan has his perspective, and it's a miscommunication. Maybe we should talk about it, But I definitely don't think Anthony Smith would make this up.
So there's some sort of truth to it.
Yeah,
probably.
I'm sure. Yeah.
All right, so that's more of just like a rumor mill thing, but this is pretty crazy. So Edmen Shahbazyan, he was always with Edmond Tarverdyan and also Ronda Rousey. He finally split from them to go to, I think, Dominance MMA with Ali Abdelaziz.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So he says, Shahbazyan has been in that gym forever. Ronda was talking about him years ago, how talented he is.
Yep.
So he says, I needed a change. It was time. It was definitely time for me. It could have been done sooner, but now I'm just happy to be here and get the new work in. I've not talked to them since I left. From my end, I have a good relationship with them. I don't have any problem. All respect, because I respect what they've done for me. But on my end, I'm good. I haven't talked to Ronda in, say, a few months. I don't have anything against her. Respect from my end. As far as my end, he says end way too many times. I don't have any ill will. Nor should they. Like, you got to do what's best for the fighter. And if you actually care about him in any facet, mentally, if, because he's had a tough streak lately, he has all the talent in the world. So even though they brought him up and have given him opportunity, obviously the kid put the work in. So if you actually care about the kid who's a complete savage, there's a disconnect with his mentality going to that octagon. And then maybe it is the coaching, maybe what they're saying he's heard so many times. And this happened to me where you're just like, you tell everybody the same shit. Like, this is cookie cutter stuff. So I'm not saying that, but I completely can say for a fact that there's a disconnect between the management, the coaching, and Shahbazyan. There's something going on there. He's like, this is the best move for me. If they care about him, they go, do your thing, man. Wish you the best. Good luck.
Yeah.
Hopefully and I'm sure they would
like
that. Yeah. Because he has all the talent.
For sure. He was amazing.
Monster.
Just the last few fights kind of was a bummer, but yeah, super talented. Alistair Overeem versus Badr Hari. Rubber match is going to be at Glory Collision 4, and I think that's July.
I'm into that.
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
Glory,
hold on. Rubber match October 8th. That's way further.
Okay, far away.
Yeah, October 8th.
Yeah, Badr Hari, the bad boy of combat sports.
Yeah, he's a scary
dude.
Super scary dude. So Paddy Pimblett versus our boy Jordan Leavitt, the freaking sugar in the tank guy.
Oh, the sweet and low.
And he's good, dude. He's like a
talented.
legit fighter. So that's gonna be kind of crazy.
July 23rd, and we're about to be in June. So Paddy has all that weight to lose in about 2 months.
Just seeing him on food truck, I cannot believe he can lose it from here to then.
I root for him. I love.
Of course.
I know it's not very professional. I love it. His attitude. You couldn't find a bigger Paddy Pimblett fan than me. I fucking love that kid. He has all the tools, man. Yeah, not the easiest fight.
No, dude, Jordan's a killer.
I'll tell you who's a killer though. Paddy.
Yeah,
Don't get it twisted.
This is a really good matchup, but I mean, this is like probably his biggest test so far in the UFC. I think we discussed this before, how Cesar Gracie said Nick Diaz is going to return by the end of 2022. So Nick Diaz was on TMZ saying that he wants to return, but he wants to go straight for the title against Kamaru. He says he thinks he can beat Kamaru.
Yeah, it's tough coming off a loss. Like, and he didn't look bad either, taking all that time off. But remember all the rumors circulating, like he has to fight, doesn't want to be in there.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it is a money thing, fighting Kamaru Usman would be the biggest kind of money move. So it makes sense he would want that. He goes, just skip all the mess. I don't need to go in there and get my ass whipped by one of the young guys anyway. And it's not that I won't win. It's just not motivating to fight somebody I want to fight for the title. I'm 38 years old.
Yeah.
I think I'll beat him. I would love it if they gave me a shot. I just don't see the UFC doing that. I don't.
I know. What do you think as far as it being a big event, though, because Nick Diaz attached to it, even though he didn't look that great last time?
He didn't look that great. Nate is obviously the bigger draw.
Yeah.
Even though, Nick's the one who started this whole thing. Yeah, it's a tough sell on the UFC. I do think Kamaru needs some of those big fights, if he wants to. But also the welterweight division, right now, you toss in a Nick Diaz, it gets even more complicated. Like, we had Belil Muhammad on food truck, and you got Leon Edwards there, you got Muhammad, you got Hamzat. Like there's other shit that like that division needs to work itself out, and these guys have earned it. So for Nick to jump in there, it just delays everything. I just don't see the UFC doing it. It doesn't make a ton of sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be kind of weird if we did that. So
of course this one's in there.
What's that? No, but this is interesting because we thought, Korean Zombie might retire.
I thought he did retire, but the translator was like, I'm not going to say that.
I know. But he was considering it. He said he just can't be a champion. He realized that, which is, that's a tough one. But
yeah, it's heartbreaking.
So he does want to, he wants to fight one more time. Because, he says his last fight was not what he expected. He didn't do as well as he should. So one more fight.
I like that for him. He deserves it. The UFC would give him a nice send away.
He wants it in Korea too, which would be dope.
So that means that fight's not taking place for a
for a while.
Okay. So we'll see you maybe in 2 years.
Maybe. You want to just do one more? How do you feel?
Give me two more.
Two more? Oh, this sucks. So this guy was apparently a hopeful, the prospect for the UFC. He was a killer. And then this happened during his fight at Eternal MMA.
Did he check a kick or something?
No, he kicked. So I'll show you right here.
Happened early on. Now, did he cut a bunch of weight?
I don't know. He's the guy with the hair, the long hair.
It happens early?
Yep.
Oh,
it's so bad. Oh, look at that.
That could be a product of either cutting a ton of weight, right? That makes your bones pretty fragile. Or that thing already had small fractures in it and was just ready to go and just didn't happen in camp. And then just by looking at the draw, you throw that kick and it was ready to go anyways. Probably would have happened during camp, but didn't because you didn't practice again. And then that happens.
Yeah.
A lot of times it can be weight cut though.
He threw a kick earlier too and it looked like he was like hurt by it. So yeah, it's probably like slowly just went to shit. I don't follow NBA, but this guy, Glenn Big Baby Davis?
Yeah, LSU's finest.
There you go. He's going to fight apparently on the undercard for Jake Paul's fight on August 13th, I believe it is.
Why?
Yep, August 13th.
Davis versus Larry Sanders?
Who's Larry Sanders? Isn't that like a TV show? It is, right? Larry Sanders.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, all right. That's what he wants to do. You have the Chechnyan president going with Hamzat. Have you seen that?
Oh, they're rolling, right? I don't have it as a current event, but I heard about it. And then did he tap him out or something?
I mean, you can tell Hamzat's taking a pretty, like someone sent to me, was like, dude, look at Hamzat, because I'm high on Hamzat. They're like, look at Hamzat getting fucked up by the president of Chechnya. I watched it, and first of all, it's like a Shark Tank. So he has all these young killers coming after him. And Hamzat, you can tell, is messing around. And then at the very end, the president of Chechnya jumps in there. And, he's no punk, especially, the things he would do to Biden's not even funny. But, I watch his striking's terrible. But, his grappling stuff's pretty on point. He was just waiting for him. He's cheeked up too, man. Yeah, look at him. How's that? Just that outfit on too? Gangster. Is it a one piece? It does look like a one piece. Look at him. See, look at Hamzat's not like full bore here. Like Hamzat's kind of messing around. He has gloves on too, so look, he's striking so bad. He's striking so bad. Now, if you know anything about Chechnya and the way that Chechen leader runs things, I'd like to see him against a big, strong gay dude.
That'd be freaking dope.
You get a gay dude with some, little piss in his tank, and let's get going here. See how he deals with that gay dude. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Fire that up. I'd like to see that.
Since we're looking at grappling, this is Khabib versus Luke Rockhold.
Once he gets you down, he doesn't play by the same rules as there's no rolling. He just breaks you.
I just miss you. I hug you, bro. I miss you. I want to hug you. Brother, I miss you. I hug you.
And Luke Rockhold is a savage on the ground. God, dog, look at him. Just a fucking savage. Dagestani savage. Jesus Christ.
Very, very strong, very talented.
Well, on the food truck, Muhammad was saying how he went to Khabib's camp and, he trained with Makhachev and Khabib. He's like, I'm telling you, Makhachev, the real deal, man. He's like, those guys are savages. Savages.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
That's it. Just
Little
one
Memorial Day show for you guys. Hashtag no days off here. But no disrespect. Shout out to all the veterans who gave up their lives so we can continue to live ours.
Thank you.
Yeah, we love you guys, man. You got a fight night this Friday. You got Volkov. Saturday. Yep, Saturday. It's at 1 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, Volkov versus Rozenstruik. Fork in the road for both gentlemen. I do think Volkov gets it done. Dan Ige, Movsar. That's a great fight. Alonzo Menafield versus Askar is a great fight. You got Felicia Herring versus Carolina
Kovacevic.
Yep, that's a good one. Undercard's a little dicey. Yeah, that Volkov Rozenstruik. Volkov's gonna win that decision, and I think your MVP is gonna come out of either Alonzo versus Askar or Dan Ige versus Movsar. That's what I think is gonna happen there.
Cool.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right, kids. Next week, one night, 8 p.m. Schaub and Friends at the Hollywood Improv. My home club is the Hollywood Improv. It's Schaub and Friends with some monsters, and guess you guys can guess who those monsters are. But we always have a monster special guest. That's one show only, 8 p.m. This will be our 11th or 12th sellout if we sell this bitch out. So let's keep it going, LA. I love you guys. Shout out to Hollywood Improv for allowing me to do that. And then next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Portland, Oregon. I'm at the Helium in Portland, one of the best clubs in the country, June 9th through the 11th. You can find me at the Helium in Portland next week or at Voodoo Donuts, either or. Pick your poison. And then San Francisco, Cobb's Comedy Club is June 7th and 18th. That's just a Friday and Saturday in San Francisco. 17th, what'd I say?
I don't know, 7th or 8th or something.
My bad. June 17th through the 18th is Cobb's Comedy Club in San Francisco. I haven't been there in a hot second. San Fran, show your boy some love. And then just added to the freaking summer tour, Trash Panda Summer Tour. Just so you guys know, we get emails all the time. This is a whole new hour. There's nothing from the special Gringo Poppy that is in this new hour. It's all new. Nobody has seen it. Fort Wayne, Indiana is July 14th through the 16th. San Diego, California, Laugh Factory, San Diego, in the heart of downtown San Diego is July 21st through the 23rd. Baltimore, August 4th through the 6th. And that is the all new hour Trash Panda Summer Tour coming live with the Thick Boy crew. And again, we did the celebration for the Millie dinner with the staff. I told my staff,
thank you very much for that. That was amazing.
Yes, sir. You guys ordered way too many T-bones. So I won't eat right for the next 3 months. That's fine. It's a celebration. We went shout to Scopa for sending that all up for us. But we had the Millie celebration. We passed a Millie. That thing's trending towards 2 million. I don't know what we're going to do. We hit 2 million. We'll have to decide after this. But keep it going. I think we're at 1.2 million downloads now. We hit 2 million. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. We're going to have to figure it out, fellas. But if you haven't seen it, if you have seen it, send it to your friends, your mom, your grandma, your gay aunt. I don't care, man. Let's get this thing to 2 million. That's the goal. The goal has always been 1 million. I can't believe that thing even got to 1 million. If we get 2 million, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll start OnlyFans, something like that. I don't know. But the Gringo Poppy's on Thick Boy YouTube right now. The goal now is 2 million. We're at 1.2. Insane. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this show. Hopefully you like TJ Dillashaw. We have a food truck this Wednesday with Cheeto Vera. And yeah, man, we keep it rolling. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Get your new Thick Boy summer gear. We have the summer glaze drop, the 2 t-shirts, white, black, and then also the summer yellow hoodie as well. And then we have the Thick Boy Fight Club, which is kind of a reinvention of the Abbott Kenny Fight Club. Is Thick Boy Fight Club. Hoodies, tees, all that's on thickboy.com right now. We have the hats, the Gringo Poppy special t-shirt. It's all there. All right. That's it, kids. I love you. Thanks for watching. Portland, you're up next week. I will see you very soon, Portland. I love you guys. Be nice to each other. Happy Memorial Day. Shout out to all the troops out there. Shout out to everyone that's given up their freedom so we can live this crazy life. I love you guys. Till next time, I'm out.